watching Daylitor Knight X. X is for exotics, and I'm answering two questions in this video. One quick one is how I got my nickname. Very simple. I did a video on this a while ago. I'm a writer. In 2005, I wrote a story for, it was actually a short story, science fiction story for school when I was still in college. And I came up with the name Daylitor Knight for one of my characters. And I ended up using that name on like all my social media forums, including my YouTube channel when I started. It was just called Daylitor. So Daylitor Knight is actually just my nickname that I've had since before 2005. It's a name that it's kind of just a play. I was called Day a lot when I was younger. My last name is Davis. My birth name is Michael Jewel Davis. Davis, when I was in high school, everybody would just call me Dave, just a short thing on Davis. So Daylitor Knight just kind of came out of that, and it's really just that simple. So on these videos, I refer to myself as Daylitor Knight because my YouTube channel started from that. It's just stuck to me. My nickname is Daylitor Knight, but call me Michael, call me Day, it doesn't matter. My birth name, like I said, is Michael Jewel Davis. That's my Facebook account is called that. But my nickname is Daylitor Knight, and that's kind of my professional name. All my writing that I do is kind of called, I use that name. So it's more of a professional name. It's just my nickname. But as far as YouTube goes, social media, call me Michael. You can call me Michael, you can call me Daylitor, but most of the people on social media know me as Daylitor Knight, so that's why I use it more than Michael Jewel Davis. But anybody who's friends with me on Facebook, you know my name is Michael Jewel Davis. I don't hide it, aka Daylitor Knight. So that's how I got that. And the second question I got was, how do I manage my time when it comes to taking care of all my animals? Because I do have a really wide assortment of animals, and like on this side over here is my ball pythons, and I have my leopard geckos, and I have my bearded dragon, and I have my tarantulas, and I have my baby leopard geckos, which is a whole different way of taking care of, of the larger ones. I have a cockatiel, I also have a son, I have a wife, I have, all this stuff going on. How do I manage my time? Full-time job, full-time student. The very simple way to handling all of this madness in my life is very simple. I just take it one day at a time, and I get into a routine the best way I can. And anything that surprises me, I make sure that whatever is going to get thrown out of the loop from my routine, from that surprise, whatever that surprise may be, if something happens, an emergency or whatever, that I can step away from whatever I'm doing and they're going to be okay. So basically, I make sure I don't come down. I don't really have days where I'm like, Tuesday's ball python day, leopard geckos is Sunday. I don't do that. I don't do that with my feedings either. I don't go, Sunday is my feeding day. I don't do that at all. I treat every single one of my animals completely individually. It's very unorthodox. A lot of people don't do that. It's the only way I can give every single one of my animals the attention that they need. Overall, my collection isn't so big where I can't come down here and be like, all right, well, I'm going to change bedding and whatever on this and this and this. I try to keep the bedding changes to, so I'm not constantly having to change out paper towels and stuff like that, because that's what takes up a lot of time. If all my ball pythons were on paper towels, I would have to be like, this is ball python day, but they're all on Reptar bark, and if a cage has some maintenance and it's not a huge deal, I just take them out, I put them in a separate tub. I actually have my vanilla male right beside me right here. He's chilling inside of a tub because he has some issues going on in his cage. Humidity got too high, and he tipped over his water bowl a little bit. So if I'm working, I come see that, then I just take him out, put him in there, and then I have to come home when I get home, or whenever I get home, or wake up, and I handle it then. So I just kind of handle it case by case. I'm also very detail oriented, so everything is marked down. They each have their own little card that that was a new ball python that I got. I haven't even shared it yet. So if you want to see that, pause it, and you can see one of my new ball pythons I'm actually getting that I haven't shared yet. But I have those cards, and I put on their sheds on there, and their weight, where I got them from, how old they are. They all just have their own little cards, and whenever I do something, I just mark that card, and I know exactly mentally. I know what's going on. That's just a reference for tendencies, trends, things like that pop up. So what's cool about doing it that way, though, is that you don't get just kind of compressed into one day where you kind of like, hey guys, I can't hang out with you ever on a Sunday because that's my tarantula feeding day or whatever, It actually gives me more time to be able to be flexible and make videos and study and do all the things that I need to do, hang out with family. I'm not just pressed up against the wall being like today's whatever day, you know. So that's my advice. But I have a ton of animals, so I kind of, like I said, I kind of just keep them in a way where I know that they're not going to be like, if I have to run out somewhere, or, you know, and I'm not going to be gone for a few hours, and you know, and if I start something, I don't like to do that. I kind of, if I'm going to be down here, I like to be down here. I don't want to be like stopping and, you know, 2 hours here, 2 hours there. So I kind of just have I come in and check on them. I deal with problems as they come along. And feeding is like that. If I, you know, if 4 ball pythons happen to land on a day where I'm like, okay, I'm going to feed 4 of them, they get 4. Sometimes I fed all of them. Tarantulas, they're the same way. I don't feed them all on the same day, which is why I don't do feeding videos anymore. Because I don't feed all mammals. My geckos, they get fed pretty, you know, they're probably the most consistent where I'm like, okay, obviously because they're lizards, so I have to kind of stay on top of that. They have to be fed a lot, but, you know, if they're not getting fed every single day, then that opens up a lot of flexibility. The leopard geckos is a little tricky because they have to be monitored every single day, and you have to go and you have to feed them, you have to change their poop out, you have to make sure that they haven't done something crazy with their water. Same with the bearded dragon, the cockatiel. All those, that's daily things, but it's very, very simple, so it's not a huge deal. So I hope that helps you. Basically, what this sums down to is that you got to figure out what works for you and your schedule, because everybody's is so different. No 2 people have the same schedule unless you're actually like working with animals. So my schedule right now is not very flexible at all. I'm about to have a career change where it's going to be, and I'll reveal what that career change is going to be in the future. I have a lot of changes that's going to be happening in the beginning of 2018 with my schedule. My whole lifestyle, everything is about to change completely in 2018, which is why my video production is kind of slowed down, and I got a lot of changes about to come up. So I'm preparing for that adjustment, which is going to give me more time to be with my animals, and it's also going to give me more time to get more animals, and that's what I'm looking forward to. My schedule is not a detriment. Right now it is, but in 2018 my schedule will no longer be a detriment, so my whole routine is going to change. So whatever I just told you, it probably won't be working as well in 2018 because my schedule is different. So find out what works for you. The way I do things tends to evolve and change over time, but for the most part, it is here to stay as far as me keeping it kind of open. I've always done that. It just works for me. So really, no matter what my schedule is, I still try to keep it as open as possible unless absolutely needed. There are times, like I just went on vacation. When I came back, you know, I wanted to make sure when I came back from vacation they were all good. So, you know, I just took a day and did it. But that's a special circumstance. If I know I have half the day to do something, then I go ahead and I knock it out. But do what works for you. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Be you, be genuine. See you next time.